Hey guys, today I want to share with you some tips and tricks that I have thought about that I am going to partake in to make our Walt Disney World vacation over Christmas week a little bit more bearable. I know that it's going to be crazy and insane and intense and crowded, and people's tempers and crankiness are going to be at an all-time high, but we are going in wanting to make the best of it and trying to plan and make it the best vacation possible. So I will say that if you are trying to go those last 2 weeks of December, which are just kind of a very, very crazy time, you deal with park closures, you deal with things being at capacity, you deal with very, very long waits, even if you have fast pass, just insane crowds. But if you're dealing with that, and if you go with a plan in hand, I think that you will have a good trip. My first tip that I am saying to follow is do not go to Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day. There is no reason to be at Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day. Everyone and their mom is going to be there, and it's not going to be a good time. I have seen pictures and vlogs, and I have been watching this every single day since 2014. Typically, Epcot is pretty quiet in the morning and it builds up at the end of the day. Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, again, pretty quiet. Very, very quiet compared to the other two, but pretty quiet during the day, and then again, they kind of build up at night. They may be a little bit more busy this year with Pandora and Toy Story Land, but do not go to Magic Kingdom. And if you're gonna go to Epcot, go in the morning and then go to maybe Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios in the evening. Or enjoy Christmas in your room with your family, and then maybe resort hop and see all the decorations on the monorail, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Beach Club and Yacht Club. There are some awesome resorts that have amazing Christmas decorations that will give you the point of not having to go to the resorts. The Contemporary does do a church service, so my family has tossed around the idea of possibly doing that. I have to see if they do it on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning. But that's something else you can do, or just go to Disney Springs, you know, go to other places that are not necessarily the parks, or just have a pool day. I think our plan is we are going to start at Epcot, and then we will probably have a lunch, and then we will go and resort hop. That is my plan. I would love for my kids to see as many beautiful Disney Christmas trees as possible and see the resorts all fancied up and just enjoy that day as a family, where we're normally spent, you know, untangling toys and taking things out of the boxes and cleaning up. I think we'll actually have a little bit more family time with one another on Christmas morning, Christmas Day. Number 2. If possible, try not to pack a park bag. We are going to sunscreen ourselves up in the morning. We're going to sunscreen everyone up before they put their clothes on with lotion. And I'm going to bring a travel sunscreen spray bottle with me. And my husband and my son typically wear cargo shorts, and so I'll just put it in their cargo shorts and it'll be good to go. My husband will carry my ID, his ID, and a little bit of cash, but we will be staying on site. We will have our magic bands, and we will take full benefit of us having our magic bands. Obviously, I always tell people, go to your hotel gift shop and test your magic band and make sure A, that you can charge to your dining plan if you're on the dining plan, and B, you can charge to your room if you are staying on site. Make sure that those privileges work before you go to the parks, and then you will be good to go, and we don't feel that we need to have a bunch of stuff like that. If we make any purchases, we plan on having the Disney Resort system, you know, use that advantage where they will take your purchase and they will send it to your room in a few days. And we want to have full, you know, we want to take full advantage of that awesome perk to being an on-site guest. We will have a very small, it's a little square, it's a Band-Aid brand, first aid kit. I will bring that with me with a few necessities that we need, but all of the parks have first aid. They have nurses on duty normally, so they will have anything that you need. And it's one of those things where if we need something, I would honestly rather pay the upscale charge than have to deal with a bag and bag check and all of that stuff. And the times that we do plan on doing bag check, it'll be a time where, you know, I can maybe have the bag and do the bag check, and my husband can take the kids and go get right on a ride while they're waiting. We don't want to be brought down with a bag. I'm thinking if we do rope drop, we will bring a bag because that's okay. But if we come later in the day when the lines are even longer, or if we get a late start at, you know, 9 or 10 o'clock, it's not going to be worth it to have that back. Number 3, we don't normally take advantage of extra magic hours or, you know, evening extra magic hours, but this trip we might. We are going to have hoppers on our tickets, so it may be something that we rope drop in the morning, which is going to be my 4th tip. Rope drop, rope drop, rope drop. It will be your friend. We want to be at the parks by about 30 minutes before the park opens. If need be, I will go and grab them some breakfast and bring it with us, and they can eat it as we're waiting for the park to open instead of sitting there being bored. You know, put games on your phone like the Hidden Mickey app. Heads Up is a great one. Music, whatever you need to keep your kids kind of, you know, okay while they're waiting in line. But get there early, rope drop, take advantage of that, you know, hour or 2 before the parks get out of control. Normally when we do rope drops, the parks feel honestly dead and very, very quiet. I feel like the parks may feel kind of like a normal day. So our hope is by rope dropping, we can do 2 or 3 things that are on our must-do list for that day. And then we figure, you know, later on in the day after we're done at that park, we can go and take advantage of extra magic hours at whatever park is going to be there, because that should quiet things down a lot, because a lot of people actually don't stay on site during the Christmas season for whatever reason. So we're thinking that that will definitely kind of alleviate some of the pressure all around the parks and, you know, some of the craziness that's going to be there. Number 5, have a very, very good plan. We plan on rope dropping every morning, having a few hours of rope drop time. If we're going to have a breakfast ADR, we'll do it around 9 or 10 o'clock, you know, because the parks are going to open very, very early this time of year. Have that breakfast time, and then after our breakfast is over, then we'll schedule our fast passes. If we're not doing breakfast, we'll do our fast passes right after that. And then probably after that, if we can, we'll try to add on another fast pass. If we can't, we'll probably think about heading out of that park or maybe grabbing lunch if we didn't have a breakfast ADR, and then leaving that park and either heading back to our resort to kind of relax and let the craziness of midday kind of go around, and then go back to the parks late at night. In my experience from the trips we've done 2 trips at December. Magic Kingdom at night is a nightmare, no matter when you go, because everyone wants to see the castle because the castle is beautiful. So if you can wait until like a little bit later in the night, you're gonna have a better time. You know, if you're going at 5 or 6 o'clock, it's just going to be crazy. Everyone's there, everyone wants to see the castle, they want to get their kids to bed, so everyone's just right there. So it's just not something that we want to really deal with, so we will try to go later. So my thought process is wake the kids up early, rope drop them, have them come back to the resort and actually nap and fall asleep, and then go back later at night. It's just how we're going to do it. It's how we plan on doing it. And, you know, there are so many awesome things to do at Disney that aren't in the parks. You can walk around Disney Springs. They have awesome trees set up, and just the shopping, and in general, you can have, you know, meals or whatever. All of the resorts are decorated beautifully. You could have a few days of just, or half days of just walking around and touring the parks and seeing the beauty that, you know, what these people do to make these resorts look so festive. Character meals are obviously, you know, something fun to do. A lot of the resorts have fun, exciting things to do. Like the cabins do a golf cart parade and do all kinds of fun, different activities. So definitely look into what the resorts, or even just your resort, is doing for special events. There's always movies on the lawn, you know, things like that that you can take advantage of. So don't just feel like you have to spend your Disney vacation in the parks, because we definitely don't plan on it. I would not have this trip be your first Disney World trip, because you're going to hate Disney World. Like, it's not how Disney World normally is. So that would be my 6th tip, is don't have this be your first vacation, because it's just not going to be a good time for anybody. Number 7 is take advantage of those special things. So during December and November, there is the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, where they have cookies and a very cool parade, a special fireworks show. Santa's in the parade. There's all kinds of just beauty within that party. However, if you go later in December, closer to Christmas, that party ends. I think it's around the 20th is the last day this year. I could be wrong. But if you go after that, they do the parade and they do the fireworks. You just don't get the cookies. So pack some cookies and go and enjoy it. The parade, I think, is something that's just beautiful and fun and very Christmassy to get you in the season. I was watching Disney at Heart that did kind of like a Disney December trips video, and what she said was so true. They stayed at Caribbean Beach and it didn't feel like they were, like it was Christmas. And that's part of us going, is we want to feel like we're, you know, it's Christmas time still. Yes, we haven't spent the whole month shopping because we decided that this was going to be our present. And yes, we're not doing the commercial things that you do before Christmas, but we still want to feel like it's Christmas time. And I think that parade and that fireworks and walking down Main Street and hearing the music, that's something that's just going to make you feel like it's Christmas. If you go around Epcot, the storytellers all around World Showcase are very, very cool and informative. We saw a few of them the last time we were there, and it's something that I definitely want my kids to do. And it would be something too that if you have hoppers, you could kind of hop over to a different park, you know, in the morning, and then hop over to Epcot and just see a few more of the storytellers. It's just very, very cool, very, very different. They also have the Candlelight Processional, which I have not seen one person that said that they hated it. It's something that we're definitely looking into. They also have dining packages for those so that you don't have to wait in line. So if you're going closer to Christmas, that may be something that's worth it, is getting that dining package so that you have that, you know, VIP ticket almost to get in there. At Hollywood Studios, they had Jingle Jam, something like that last year on the projection type screen, and a lot of people thought that that was really, really cute, so that might be something to see too. And Animal Kingdom, as of now, they haven't announced that they're doing anything, but I'm sure that they will. And then of course, like, the Jungle Cruise turns into the Jingle Cruise, and that's something very, very cool to see. And just, you know, looking at all of the decor and the decorations and walking down Main Street and looking in the windows, seeing all of the Christmas trees, the different desserts and treats and fun food that they offer because it's Christmas time. You know, take advantage of those things. We're going in not thinking like, let's ride everything under the sun. If we're going to be there for 10 days, if we get to ride all of our favorites once, that's kind of what we're hoping for. And if you figure, if you get to each park in the morning and you have 2 rides and then you do 3 fast passes, you're 5 right there. And then maybe if you can add on another like 1 to 2 to 3 fast passes throughout the day, maybe if you're lucky, that's enough for a day. And then, you know, seeing other things and whatever. So that's something that we're definitely going to be taking advantage of, and just having time with family that we're not worried about the stresses of Christmas, of wrapping gifts and family and decorating and this and that. You know, we do plan on bringing our gingerbread house to Walt Disney World and decorating our gingerbread house there as something to do. You can buy a Mickey Mouse one. I get one every year from Walmart, and we plan on bringing that, and that'll give us something to do if the parks are really crowded and we just don't want to be there, and maybe they don't want to swim because it's not hot enough or something like that. So we're gonna do that. Our kids also every single year buy a gift for one another. We do like a Secret Santa in our family, and we're going to do the same thing this year, except they're going to draw their names and do their shopping at Disney World for their Secret Santa. So all of my kids get to pick one of their siblings, and they have a limit of, like, normal we do $15 to $20, and they get to buy something for their sibling and wrap it up. So we will have that fun thing to do, and then that way they also have one present under the tree. We are going to let Santa know that when we visit him that we would like for him to bring all of his presents here, but we would like for him to maybe bring one present to Disney World. So most likely Santa will bring us one present there. They'll get the present from their sibling, and then they're going to get some small, like, stocking items from us is what we're going to do. We're going to just, you know, put a few little odds and ends into a stocking for them so that they have a few things to open on Christmas morning, and we'll probably wrap their stocking this year where they won't have a ton of stuff to do. But, you know, their present is Disney World. They're getting to go to Disney for their Christmas presents. So I don't really feel bad that they're not going to have a ton of stuff to open. When they get back, they may have 1 or 2 presents here, but that's going to be it besides what they get from family. And I think that that's a great Christmas. I think it'll be a very fun Christmas filled with, you know, family and just a lot of togetherness, and we're all just gonna have a really good time. We have actually decided to add on to the dining plan, so they're gonna get a lot of cool meals that they've wanted to do for a very, very long time. And I just think that we're gonna have a blast. I think it's going to be crazy, but it is what you make it, and you have to go in with a good and positive attitude or you're gonna be miserable. And we're ready to go, and so excited, and I wish it was here already. I cannot wait to get there and vlog and take tons of pictures and share all these memories with you guys.